Good evening, everyone. What time is it today? It's 8 p.m. It's time for coffee and conversations with Melissa. What's going on today? My goodness, the social media. The Facebook is down, Instagram is down, but we are still here, and Facebook is still okay now, so thank God. But we are live in LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook. Today is my Coffee Connect founding member business lessons. I just had a conversation with Tony Moore today, this morning, and she told me to change the business spotlight to business lessons, which we are really doing. That I am showcasing my members for the business spotlight, and we're doing business lessons because I told them to um, share the information of what they do. But now this is exciting because what is my the name of my business is my Coffee Connect and my Tea Connect. I love these beverages, so I am so happy and very proud to introduce to you Ave Marie of Ave Marie Volinsky of Take Time for Tea by Ave. Welcome, Ave.
Th- Thank you very much for having me on with you. I appreciate this. This is going to be a
Yes,
great evening.
yes, I am so excited to talk to you, and you are so ready, and you have this awesome hat with you. So let's talk about the tea. What can you say about Take Time for Tea by Ave?
Okay. Take Time for Tea by Ave started in 2004 as a traveling tea party business, which means we come to your home and we do tea parties. Simple as that. You put a tablecloth on the table and we do the rest. I bring all the food, all the everything to set your table like you're having a tea party. You just can enjoy whoever you invite to your tea party and have great conversation with them. I also can do a little talk about tea if you're interested, or I can stay quiet and just serve everything. It's a concept that I thought about for a while. I started it in 2004, basically in honor of my father, who had died in 2002. And we used to always have a cup of tea when I got home from dates or anything before I got married. And we would have tea parties. He would have a tea party with me. And so this is sort of in honor of him. And I love tea, any kind of tea. So tonight is going to be called Tea 101. Very basic, very basic. We will get into some harder questions probably in the next few weeks when I come back on. But tonight, it's just telling you just to sit back, relax, and always have a cup of tea. It'll make you feel so much better as the day goes on. You only have to take about 10 minutes out of your day just to
Yeah,
be with you. Correct?
yeah.
Yes.
Tell us, what's your position at Take Time for Tea? I
Oh,
love
I'm
them
the
too.
owner. Yeah, I am the owner and creator of Take
Your
Time for Tea by
title.
Ave.
Tell them your title.
Oh, my title right now is, I said CFO, but it means Chief Fun Officer. And
Yes,
as a as a
that
chief,
is awesome.
I was in the corporate world for many years, so now I'm going to have not a little bit more fun. So that's why I said I'm the Chief Fun Officer, and that's basically because when we have a tea party, we're having a ball. It's all about the host or and hostess that have the party. Um, I cater to whatever you need. A typical tea party is three different types of tea served at different times. So if your first tea might come with your scones, the second tea may come with your tiny little sandwiches. We call them tea sandwiches, but you will not
Mhm.
go hungry with my tea sandwiches. And the last part of the meal, it's a three-course meal, is tiny bite-sized desserts with more of like a dessert tea. So you get to try a bit of everything.
Yeah.
when you have a tea party. I
So,
start with having 6 people can qualify for a tea party, up to 50, 80. It's according to how many you really would want at your tea party.
so tell us the history of tea. Where is tea coming from?
All right, tea comes from a lot of different places, mostly from Japan, China, um, the a lot of the islands in the South Pacific have a lot of tea. Um, Tea comes from one plant, just one plant. Anywhere you go and anywhere that they're growing tea, it's one plant. And I always call it, I can actually, it's for all these years that I've been doing it, I still don't say it correctly. So if anybody else that's listening, um, please
And let me
forgive the
ask you,
pronunciation.
yeah, and let me ask you too. How many types of teas are there?
Okay, there are so many types of teas and blends that I think we would take a whole lifetime to taste all of them. It's amazing what they've come up with. But it comes from just the one plant, the Kinesis plant. But the way that it changes the tea is in the way that it's prepared. Okay,
Mhm.
the plant also grows in different regions. So as it grows in different regions, it picks up a lot of the soil and a lot of what that region has for their tea, for them growing the tea. Um, so since it's all over the world, really where you can grow it, and we grow one actually down here in South Carolina, um, and they have a tea plantation, and they have their own tea blends. Now I don't want to jump too far in advance, but the tea blends can come from tea estates. And those estates have a certain type, definitely taste from their teas.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and a lot of people will blend some estate teas. Now, I happen to get, because I'm a small business, I happen to get my teas from Metropolitan Teas, which is I can get organic teas. It's definitely fair trade. And that was one of the things that was very important for me, was to make
Okay,
sure it
this
was
is
fair
the
trade.
this question is related to what your question is, what your answer is to what you're talking about. So,
Right.
how to get a perfect cup of tea?
How to get a fair trade cup of tea?
Yeah,
Well,
perfect Thai cup of tea.
okay, the perfect trade, um, free trade tea is that's all I buy. So I have right now I always have at least 12 different types of these teas on hand. Some are just plain black teas. Some are black teas that have like a cherry flavor to them. I have green teas and I have white teas. White teas are the most, I could say, delicate of all the teas. They're normally picked in the beginning of the season from the top buds of the tea plants. Now, all different white teas will taste a little different, also according to where they come from. Um, you probably have heard of SAM, ASSAM tea. That comes from a particular area, and you're going to get a certain base tea flavor. Now, to that, they can add nuts or they could add berries. They can add all sorts of actually flavorings to the tea. Now, perf-
Yeah.
my favorite is Irish breakfast tea, very basic tea, but I use all the loose teas. Very rarely do I have a tea bag. Not that
Yes.
there's anything wrong with tea bags, but I
Yes.
use a loose tea. And with using a loose tea,
Yeah. I was about to
just
say
to
that.
show
Yeah.
you something, yeah, just to show
Yes.
you a small pot, if people, let's see, there we are, where
Yeah.
this is called, we're getting a little deep, but
This
this
is
is
where you
called
get the
an
tea, right?
infuser.
There you
Yes,
go.
right.
Yes.
This is called this is called an infuser. And what I would do is I would put a teaspoon or a tablespoon, according to how much I wanted to make of the tea and how strong I like it,
Yeah.
in this infuser. In here would be hot water. hot
Yeah.
water. I would put it in here and I
Yeah.
would let it steep. For those who do not know what steep means for the tea, steeping is just the way that the tea and the water mix together to get your flavor for
Yes.
each and different type of tea. Yes, yes,
Yes. This is
you have one
steeping
now
tea
too.
that you
Yeah,
put your loose tea here, and then you put water in here, and then it's not pouring the water, but once you put it in the tea, it's gonna pour. So this is one of the things that it is better to do the loose tea here, because this is the reason why I bought this steeping tea, because it's like I'm tired. I love loose tea. Usually I put it in a tea bags, and then okay, I don't want the tea bags anymore. I put it in a. I have how do you call that? My own
the infuser, an
the
infuser.
infuser. Yeah, this. See, I have this still
Yes,
teacup. This is
yes,
the one.
yeah.
I put it here, and then I still have to wash this. It's pain in the butt. So, okay, what will I do? So, I just bought this one. This is very simple. Just one cup, this one, and it's always fresh. Like it's really like I am really loving the pour over, or this one, or everything that is like it's more quality for the tea, you know
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely. You're right, and the basic way to make a cup of tea, which is so simple, is that you boil water,
Yeah.
obviously, and but what you need to know, especially if you're going to put the tea into something, a pretty teapot if you're serving anybody, for serving. And teapots will come from 2 cups up to 12 cups. Now this is one from the fancy. This is a fancier teapot. I also sell very inexpensive teapots too, just to have around. Uh, that you can buy off the website. You can contact me right now. I have people more contacting me to do parties, or to do to buy any gifts, or to talk to me about making a gift basket for somebody around the holidays, since we're really approaching them much quicker than I thought we were going to.
Yeah,
um,
and
yeah,
soon she is going to offer tea tasting on Zoom. All you have to do
yes,
is sign up, and then pay her, and then she was going to send you the teas that you can
yeah,
enjoy in your own home. So you can still have uh, an awesome time with your friends and family if you want to host a tea tasting. And then
yes,
if you're going to have probably five different kinds of teas, and if you want them, you can talk to Ave Marie, and she's going to give you a discount for the teas that you choose, because you already attended her tea tasting. So that will be an awesome opportunity for you. And the good thing about this, and if you're going to do the tea tasting, first of all, you are safe. You're not. There's no driving, and you can
yeah.
still dress up and then wear your hats. I am ready. I can wear my
Ah,
hat here.
you got your hat now too.
Hats.
Good.
You can wear different hats or something, or
Right.
passionate, or whatever you want to wear. And voila, you're going to have you know um, a tea party in your own home. And Ave Marie is the one who's going to tell you the history of the tea, what kind of tea you should choose. And, she's going to give you a tea one on one education about the tea, you know?
Exactly. So there's a few things that I do, and because it is my business, I can do a lot of different things that other people may not be able to do. Like we can do this on Zoom, especially
Yes,
with our COVID right now. We could also do it where I come to your home and I do everything. I bring everything to you as we open up more, willing to have people over again. And I think we're all dying for that anymore. Once we everything starts to calm down again. But here you can learn, and still you can even do it. I can have a few people on the Zoom. I mean, if you have 6 guests, it's two don't want to come because they're still not comfortable yet, we can do, I can Zoom in for them. I send you everything. You just have to get that tea to them, for me. I'll also be sending you. I just came up with a great, I shouldn't say this, but scone recipes. My husband and my son were the tasters of these different scone things. They put up with it, and it was always either a yay or
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we came up with one that we all love, and my first big tasting will be on the 16th, for a shower that I'm making scones for and a few tea sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
It's mixed with getting things out. So again, I do bridal showers, baby showers, any reason for a birthday party, any reason just to have your girlfriends over,
Yeah, and
or to
she can.
talk to. It's
Yeah, and she can do, like, let's say it's a princess party.
yes,
She can mail you the teacups. If you don't have the teacups, you can buy the teacups from her. She can mail you the teacups. Isn't it nice if there's a birthday party that that you can mail the tea and the teacups with your guests, and that's your giveaway for your guests. That how awesome is that? You are your birthday celebration or whatever celebration with you with the tea is more special when, how about like you receive a tea with a teacup and you're all enjoying your tea with your teacups, something like that.
right.
So show the teacups. There you
That's the
go.
teacup, can you see?
Yeah.
And these are, like I said, these are the fancier editions. But I have teapots that start at $5. So I
Yeah.
mean, I have the really good, the fancier, let's put, tea teapots, and most of the people will buy that for themselves. Maybe two teacups to match. I mean, just for themselves. But I do sell teacups for one, which are neat.
Yeah.
It's called a tea for one product. I have so many different things, and on my website you'll see a few of them. And obviously, when I do the tasting for the teas, we'll try the different teas and also show you some of the other gadgets that go along with the tea. I also could just do a straight, instead of having a tea party with the whole meal and everything. I could
Mm-hmm.
do something more like, kind of like, I don't want to say Tupperware, but any of the direct sales companies right now, um,
Mm-hmm.
that I do, where we still will taste the tea, but it's also to buy some items, and then again the hostess gets to get points towards free things, and it works just like every other direct sale um, company, and then if they book parties and things like that, or other parties. Right now, I'm offering anybody that sees this and is interested in anything, buying something, having a tea party, having me just do a demonstration, whatever way you want, or we do some things with Zoom. I'm giving 20% off until the end of the year of whatever I am offering. So normally, normally when I do a tea party, it is $30 per head. All right. And then I have a $25 per head for a child. And then if you have like really, really little ones that we know are not going to really eat the food, I don't
Mm-hmm.
really count them. I mean, because they're not going to eat too much. Now,
Yeah.
it surprises you when I do five-year-old princess parties, how much they'll eat. It's hysterical. It's great. And they'll tell me what they like. And normally I pair up with the mothers, or I pair up with my hosts and hostesses to see who might be there if I need a vegetarian one. Um, I do some gluten-free uh, parties, but I do not do vegan, because almost everything I have has milk in it. I mean, for the most part, that you make with the scones and different things like that. But
Mm-hmm.
again, we can work all that out. Um, and I could do lots of tea parties outside now while the weather is still nice. If you're interested, you get a group of 6 or 7, and if have an autumn tea party out on your back porch, and then that way you're keeping your distance, and everybody feels a little different about this COVID.
Yep.
Basically, it really, for the past 18 months, I obviously was not able to go in anybody's homes. And I don't think they wanted me in, and I wasn't sure if I really wanted to be in them too. I mean,
Yes.
just because. But now it's like, if you're still wearing masks, you take them off to eat. If not, it's okay. And I'll say I'm fully vaccinated, so hopefully I don't carry anything in with you. But I'm just hoping that the business starts to grow again. And I don't know how much more time we have, but I just besides just regular tea tastings, I do tea and chocolate tastings, which is good, just like people do wine and chocolate tastings. It's all the same. It's the same concept. You can taste the different, what goes with what tea goes with what kind of chocolate. And the same thing when I do my tea parties. They are the different sandwiches might have go something different with some of the teas. Definitely a scone tea is totally different than the sandwich tea, and actually is different than the dessert tea. Um, if
Hold on a
anybody has
minute.
any, sure,
I just tested it that I put comments on LinkedIn. It shows if you are watching live in LinkedIn, you can give us a comment and ask question so we can see it. So it is awesome that I can see any comments in LinkedIn. That is awesome. Thank
that's
you,
great.
Lisa. That is great. So, oh my
Yeah,
God, it's there's so many things that we can do for the tea. Like
it
everything. Like you don't need to go out, and it's more exciting if you do it in Zoom because the way you going to treat your guests. You will invite people, and those who are RSVP is going to receive the tea and the teacups, and they're going to receive it. Like, how exciting is that if they receive their tea and teas, and they will be very excited for your party. You're doing
yes,
celebrating, and it's healthy. It's tea. But
yeah.
can you put a little bit wine or something in the tea? Can you mix it?
Well, I have a funny story about that. On a St. Patrick's Day, basically I'm Irish, and on a St. Patrick's Day, and I call my tea parties more of an Irish tea party because, like I said, you get filled up on my sandwiches. You don't go home hungry, and yes, you as the host or hostess are allowed to add um, Bailey's Irish cream is wonderful in some of the teas, and that happened when I had a little party and I had my mother and some of her friends from the assisted living and stuff over,
Mm-hmm.
and we started out with regular tea, and then I added the Bailey's Irish cream. Well, it
Yeah.
was so funny. They're like, never had this kind of tea. This is the best tea I've had. Can I have some more? And my husband's are like, my
That's
husband's like,
good.
please, please slow down. I got to bring them back. So,
So, Ave Marie is not just doing teas; she does etiquettes too. So, tell
yes,
us about it, about the etiquettes.
yes. I also, yes, I love doing etiquette, and it's a modern etiquette. And we say it's not your grandmother's etiquette. It's just really how to be in society. And I'm just talking the world, not high society now. Just, I teach people really how to go on interviews, what they should eat, how they should talk, different things like that. And I'll do it for high school seniors because I realize not everybody goes to college, and they need these skills just as much as those that are graduating from college and going out on interviews. There's a certain way to behave during an interview. There's a certain way to talk, to eat. I did an etiquette for prom goers a few years ago. They were Girl Scout, um, that one of the highest levels of the Girl Scouts, and I did a whole thing about prom etiquette, which is something they need to know. Um, just how to eat a proper dinner. I also do very basic ones for younger children, like how to set a table, how to
Mm-hmm.
do your napkins. I mean,
Hmm.
very some things that some children are missing out on, no fault of anybody's, but they just really don't know to sit down and try to eat together as a family. And if you do, then if somebody learns the proper way, then they can share it with the rest of the family, so that when they do go to friends' houses, they're polite, and it's nothing abnormal. It's just something that maybe you should know how to do. Um, and then I have some fun little ones for younger kids for classes. I can do private one-on-ones. I can do classes on all different ages, and it's appropriate for what age they are. If they're teenagers, it's
Yes.
totally different than when I'm doing 3 to 7 year olds or something like that. The in between years are very good. Well, guess we
Mhm.
call them tween. What do you call them now? Tweenagers or something? They're in be. I have a grandson who's 9, so he's probably in that area now, and they they really know, they need to know how to behave at a dinner table, so to speak, when they're invited over to somebody's house. And it's so simple. And they remember so much. It's amazing how much they can remember. Uh, the younger kids.
Yeah.
And oh, when I do a tea party for them, like a princess one, we'll play games, and I'll put a lot of the pretty things up on a tray,
Yeah.
and I have already talked about what they are. This is a strainer. This is a salt and pepper thing. This is their creamer. This is, a 3-tier stand. And then they'll sit and they'll pair each other, and they'll try to get, look at them, and then try to guess how many there were without looking at it again. Some of these educational things, it's a little bit fun. A lot of mothers actually say to me, "Can you come back again just to keep them quiet? I've never had them this quiet, a long time." And they listen to you. Well, I'm somebody new. I'm somebody different. I'm authoritative, but I'm also like a grandmother, and I'm fun. So it's kind of like that's where the chief fun officer comes into it. But because I guess that I'm an adult and I'm an elder, um, they are respectful to me, and they'll listen, and they'll go through it, and the moms love that. So I do this because I love it. I have
I
so
was
much
about to
fun.
ask you that now. So why
Yeah.
so we talk about the tea. So what is the reason why tea is your business today?
Basically, it's because my father and I used to have a cup of tea. I mean, that was the basis of it. And I never, no offense, Melissa, but I never drank coffee. Did
I'm
I tell you?
doing tea.
Yeah, right, exactly. I have some tea too right now. So
Yes.
um, it's basically because tea is sort of the language of the world.
Yeah.
Okay,
Calms you.
it's it is it calms you, and yet when the Buddhist monks drank it, it also gave them stamina to pray and to kneel. So it's a combination, like it calms you, but yet it does still give you like a little bit of maybe because you're calm, you can kneel longer or something. But and I didn't even get through like really total of the tea. We'll have to continue that next time. But
Yes.
yes. So
Now
I
we
guess
talk about the tea. We get to know more about a little bit with Ave Marie. Now brings the joy. So share us your experience of my Coffee Connect organization and when you joined Coffee
oh
Conversation.
well, Melissa and I have gone back way back. Okay, um, and she has been a wonderful um, entrepreneur in getting people together. She likes to get people together for their businesses, not about her, for their businesses. So, I don't know exactly how long it's been, but I almost think 10 years. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Yes, yes,
Exactly. Have to go back for how old your kids were when I
yes, we
first met
are.
you.
We are 10 plus
Yeah,
years. Yes.
yeah, 10 plus years. And she just has tried everything in this connection field. And I think that this is definitely one of her best ideas that she's done with the connections. Because again, we're doing it virtually, so we really actually get to have one-on-one conversations with a few people at a time instead of walking in the old-fashioned way, which I had learned. You talk for a minute, you hand a card. That's not really connecting. That's not,
Yes.
as I got older and more proficient. I was in a banking career before this. Um, you really want to find out about the person, just like when I would find out about people's accounts for them. I needed to know who they were so that I could design something in banking for them that might be a good product. So the same thing is here for me with my teas. I listen. I
Yeah.
listen. I know I talked this whole half hour, but I listen and I put it together and find out really what's best for this person. Nobody's the same. Nobody's going
Yes.
to like the same tea,
Yes.
and nobody's going to like the way everybody does things all the time. But Melissa tries to just group people together, and they're not like all tea or beverage people. Like I may be talking to a lawyer tomorrow. I may be talking to um, another coffee person, or
Yeah.
somebody else in the restaurant business. So, and she tries to set this up for us too. So, if you have any idea of joining a networking group per se, this is a great one because it's more of a connecting group than just a networking group.
Thank you so much, Ave Marie. Oh my God, we talk a lot about the tea, which we both love, and the
Yeah,
time is up. Like we already have like 30 minutes conversation, and we had an awesome conversation with you. And
right.
if someone wants to connect with you, where are they going to connect? How are they
Okay,
going to connect with you?
they can do it by um they can do it a few ways. They can call me at 610-331-6982. They can look at my website, and there's a spot in there to ask questions, and then I'll answer it too for you. And that is taketimeforteabyave.com. And it's
That's yeah.
okay, that's that way. And then my email that I'm using right now, we could say I like to use Ave Marie, AVEMARIE dot Volinsky, VOLINSKY, all small letters, at gmail.com. I also have a little easier one, T Lady 505 at MSN.com. Um, but I look at the other one more frequently. But I still see my Tea Lady one. So if you need to get a hold of me through that, that's fine. Um, I think that's probably the best way. You can always contact Melissa too. She knows all
Yeah.
about things. But thank you, and I hope everybody enjoyed this little bit about tea.
There
And
you go.
hope to, yeah.
Take time. Oh, hold on. I think it's wrong one. Wrong. I'm gonna say take. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna get my eyeglasses.
Oh,
Take
okay.
time. So I will put your website. Take time. Take time for tea by ave.com.
Ave.
So
That should come up.
yeah,
Yep.
by ave.com. So
Yeah.
that's the website. Take time
Yeah.
for tea by ave.com.
Dot
So
com. Perfect.
if you
Yes.
wanna connect with her, please check out her website. Take time for tea by ave.com. So
Thank you.
any goodbye message to our viewers right now?
Remember, take time for tea every day.
Yes, awesome, awesome, awesome. And for those of you who just watch our live stream, you can follow me at YouTube at Coffee and Conversations with Melissa. And you can watch me in my live stream in LinkedIn, Melissa Tabao Educas. And my Facebook is Coffee and Conversations with Melissa. And if you want to be our guest, you can email me at info@wibsn.com if you want to connect with us for our My Coffee Connect. And Ave Marie is a business spotlight next week on Tuesday at 1 p.m., correct?
Correct.
You are
Correct.
at 1 p.m. If you want to know more about teas, and let's talk about tea, those who love the tea, we can talk about it. She has a 10 minutes presentation about the tea, and then after that, we are going to have a quality connections with business people.
Right.
Okay, everyone. Thank
Okay.
you, everyone, and see you next week. Bye,
Peace.
everyone.
Bye bye.
Don't go out yet, Ave Marie. We just have to say
Okay.
goodbye for the viewers.
Okay.